Hey, how you doing? Tori Talks. Hey guys, it's been a long time since you've seen me in my gamenta. I have been super busy, tired. Come on. Earlier this week, I went to a conference, meet-up, networking thing. One of the best speeches I heard that night was people don't talk about their failures, which was really cool. I don't know, to me that really touched me, considering I'm someone who's failed a lot in a lot of stuff. And God has got me through it in weird ways. If we all talk about our failures, there's no way that success cannot be. It's only a stupid person who would decide to make the same mistake twice. Then again, we're all pretty much stupid because we all do it. Making the same mistake twice, the first time it's a mistake, the second time it's a choice, it's a decision. So if you hear about other people's failures or other people's mistakes and the results from it, as much as maybe your result may not be the same thing, you can always not go down the same route. If that makes sense. I do believe that this generation, we tend to put more light on the successful things, the things that look good to the eye. Sorry, there's something in my eye. We tend to shine more light to the things that look good, and we tend to take away the focus from the things that aren't good. There's no example I can use that won't sound like shade. If I do AC, if I'm a 4199, if I'm someone who makes money in a fraudulent way, I probably won't show too much of that. When I buy a car, buy a house, and spend the money, I'm gonna show that off. How will I show that off? I'll use the platforms that people use to show it off. Social media. And I'd like to believe that the devil kind of uses these platforms to deceive people. If you use social media but you're using it for the wrong purpose, then you're gonna pretty much be putting the wrong message out there. Regardless of what kind of purpose you use it for, I feel like people will forever kind of get the wrong idea because their mindsets are quite flawed. So if I always show all my successes on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Facebook, people will forever assume that my life is perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. No one has it all figured out. Everyone has a journey. Everyone had a way. Everyone has some kind of struggle that they went through. And I think people kind of miss that when you just, sum up someone's life by looking at their 12 Instagram photos, or you look at someone's day on Snapchat and judge that they've had a good day by the 10 seconds they showed you. Kind of like if I went to a party, or I went to, for instance, the networking conference that I went to, if I only Snapchatted the good parts, you wouldn't know about the bad parts. If the majority of it was bad, you wouldn't know based on the one picture I posted on Instagram, the one Snapchat story I put up, which is only worth 10 seconds of maybe the 2 hours that I was there. You wouldn't know. And I really wish that people would kind of have this skeptical mindset, which is, it's not all great. It's just not. You're not missing out on anything just because you weren't there. When I was younger, I used to always get really jealous because I was very sheltered. My mom never really let me go out, and she never really let me. Well, but we went off on a tangent there. How we started talking about failures, and now I'm talking about how my mom didn't let me go out. But yeah, my mom didn't really like me going out. She wanted me at home, studying, not going down the wrong path. Typical African mother. And I used to always get very annoyed, very pissed off, because my friends would come back the next day talking about, oh, you missed out, it was so cool, it was so live. They went to every event possible. I was never there. That made me semi-depressed, because whenever I would be stuck at home, I'd just eat and watch TV and eat some more, because that was the only thing that would give me joy. Because what I really thought would give me joy was being at these events and being at all these parties and I wasn't allowed to go. Another thing that I think gave me a false perception on the reality of life is the fact that I didn't get to move out. My 3 years of uni, where most people got to move out, live outside of London, I didn't really get to live that lifestyle. I wanted to go to uni outside of London. I didn't end up doing that. And I always thought, oh, I'm missing out. Like, it must be mad fun out there. And even if I did miss out, now that I'm all grown up, I'm kind of like, life still goes on. I still lived my life. I still enjoyed what was to be enjoyed. I still had fun in the ways that I could have had fun. There's nothing that you're missing out if you really tried to enjoy everything on this earth and make sure you miss nothing out. You'd be superhuman. No one is superhuman. You can't be everywhere. You can't enjoy everything. Not everything was for you to enjoy. There's a season for you to work. There's a season for you to fail. There's a season for you to prosper. And sometimes comparison really is the thief of joy. Comparing yourself to all these different people on social media, around you, your friends, your colleagues, hanging out with too many Nigerians, colleagues, your colleagues, hanging out with your co-workers can really give you a false perception on life, and it can really have an effect on your emotions. I think what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, don't be like me. I was pretty much depressed, and I would cover it up with just laughing and smiling and cracking jokes, talking in classes, always being distracted by what somebody else is doing, because I thought my life just wasn't that great. My life was pretty great. My life still is great. My life is going to be greater. And that is what you pretty much have to keep telling yourself. Just because I'm not at that party, my life is greater. Just because I'm not on the holiday with so-and-so, my life is greater. Just because I don't have a boyfriend right now, my life is greater. Your life, at the end of it all, you'll realize your mindset plays a big place. It plays a big role. Your mindset plays a big role. And if you forget that and keep comparing yourself to all these different people, you're always going to think that I'm 1 step behind, I'm 5 steps behind, all my colleagues are here, all my colleagues are there, everyone's forward, I'm backwards. And that's pretty much just you talking to yourself. Sometimes you have to step out of that zone of you constantly talking and battling with yourself and being unhappy with your situation and think, how can I improve it? What's wrong with my situation? Is there anything I can do right now? You can only control yourself. You can't control everybody else. If everybody else is going on holiday and you want to go on holiday, then go on holiday. And if you can't, do something else. If everyone is jumping off a cliff, not be by force you join them. It's not by force you have to do it as well. Sometimes you need to just pick yourself up and think, what is everyone else doing? How does that impact me? What do I want to do? Don't allow everybody else's fun to dictate how you live your life. Analogy I always use in my head is, tomorrow peeing in the toaster might be fun. Does that mean I'm going to start squatting on top of toasters and weeing? For why? This world comes up with so many different trends, so many different things in fashion, so many different things that we need to follow. And it's like, it's a fad, it's a phase. People will grow out of it. There are people who I know who were partying when they were young and now they're out here and they're hustling. There are people who I know who were hustling when they were young and they've begun partying now. It doesn't make a difference. It's not your problem. It's not your concern. What you need to do is focus on your own life. Try not to be looking at A and B and what they're doing and how can I be part of them. Leadership skills, really manage your own life first. If you want to really practice your leadership skills, manage your own life first. See what you're doing. Walk with God as well. Sometimes ask God, what do you want from me? Like, what can I do on this earth that will really please you? What can I do that will really fulfill what I'm supposed to be doing here on this earth? What is my purpose? Don't just be looking at social media and allowing that to dictate how your life goes. Woo! The message for today really changed, because I was going to talk about failures, but God really just changed that. I guess what I'm really trying to say is don't allow 10 seconds of Snapchat, one picture on Instagram, Facebook stories and statuses to come and dictate what you're going to do in the next 24 hours. What do you want for your life? Don't be some animal that's just walking with masters on Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat. Be someone who is ready to do things that your future self will say thank you for, that your future generations will say thank you for, that your grandchildren will say, wow, thank God that grandma did that, thank God that uncle did that, because if they didn't, I wouldn't know to do this. So many people who leave this earth without a thing, just a couple of pictures on Facebook about them enjoying their life. Those people, like, what does that mean? I don't use it to ridicule them. I'm not using it to talk down on them. But I'm saying I don't want to go out like that. Life is too short. I cannot go out like that. I don't know about you, but I cannot go out like that. I cannot die tomorrow knowing that I didn't really do much or I haven't had an impact on this earth. I haven't done enough. And saying that, try and write things down, guys. If you really want to accomplish stuff, write things down. Even though I know a lot of you have got phones and you've got tablets and all your gadgets, I know that it's kind of hard for you to now pick up a pen and write on paper. Trust me, it's hard for me too. But do what I do if you want. You can get yellow post-it notes, even though those kind of go missing. So maybe don't do that. Or you can get a diary. Or you can send yourself emails. I used to do that. I still do that. Send myself emails of tasks things I want to accomplish in the month, things I want to accomplish in a week, things I want to accomplish in a day. Start writing things down, because the more you write things down, the more you will accomplish it according to God's grace, obviously. But the more you will accomplish it because you've written it down. Like, I don't know about you, but for me, I struggle to remember things. But when I've written it down, I remember it. The more I remember something, the more it bugs me if I haven't done it. And the more I actually plan as well. Try and set achievable goals for yourself. Like, if you know you want to lose weight for the summer, I think you still got time actually. You still got time to lose weight for the summer, you know. You can still do that. Start planning yourself. Look at how you can best achieve it. I'm sweating. Look at how you can best achieve it. Start writing it down. Plan yourself. Focus on your targets. Don't look at everybody else and what they're doing, because you will eventually become one of those people that people start looking at and comparing themselves to the minute you start to achieve your target. And I'm sure what I'm saying is making sense to someone. I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm sure it's making sense to somebody. So another thing I wanted to mention is, don't be those people. Those people that talk about what they want to achieve, and 5 years down the line you still haven't achieved it. It's embarrassing, you know. It's actually embarrassing. Like, I think the only thing I talk about a lot and I still haven't achieved is my weight loss transformation thing. I've talked about that for ages. I've been trying to lose weight since secondary school, and I've battled a lot with it, but I've spoken about it more than I've done stuff. I think there was 1 year that I really achieved small goals too. But yeah, hopefully something will happen eventually. You guys will just see it. But try not to be one of those people who just talk. Try to even be one of those people who don't talk about their goals at all. If you don't talk about your goals, there's nothing wrong with that. People don't need to know exactly what you're doing when you're doing it and how you're going to do it. You can fully keep a diary and expose how you did it and how you accomplished your goals and what you did after you've accomplished it. At that point, oh my knee, it will have more value. It will have more, like, the glory will be so much more if people just didn't really talk too much when they were doing it and just spoke afterwards and tell us all how you did it. Then at that point, I'm gonna thank you and be like, you're the real MVP, man. Don't tell me that you're gonna go and accomplish something and then come back in 2 years' time talking about you still ain't accomplished it. I don't care. That to me is rubbish information. It's good for nothing. It's nonsense. There's no point. You shouldn't have mentioned it then. What's a goal if you don't accomplish it? It's a nothing. It's a failure. It's a trash. You didn't even try. So try not to. But then if you do want to talk about it, try and have an accountability partner, somebody who can constantly be on your back and talk about, have you done it? Have you done it? You done it yet? Have you done it? Is it done yet? Try and have these if you know you're someone who's sluggish to begin, but once you get going, you've got good mojo and you're in there. What else did I want to say? What else did I want to say? Don't hate Mondays. Don't hate Mondays. Mondays are secretly a blessing. Mondays are always the beginning of good things, if you see it that way, depending on how your mindset is. To me, I always see Mondays as the beginning of good things. As much as you're tired and your weekend has been taken away from you and you don't want to be at work, and you don't want to be at school, Mondays are usually the beginning of good things. If you want to start something, start on a Monday. Sometimes this might be a bit dangerous if you're like, actually, you're not like me. You'd be like someone else. You'd be like someone who probably just doesn't take their goals seriously, or they forget the real essence behind why they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. Always make sure you've got you know why you're doing what you're doing. Don't be one of those people who has a goal and then you've forgotten why you're doing it, so then you just quit and you don't do it anymore. The minute you're planning something and you have a goal and you know the time that you want to finish it, you know the time you want to accomplish it, try and know why you're doing it. Otherwise, then there's no point. Like, don't be trying to lose weight because of a guy. Guys change every day. The guy who tells you that he likes slim girls will turn around and tell you that he likes thick girls. No, most of them don't know what they want. Do it for you, do it for the greater good, do it for your future generations, but don't do it based on one human being who might change. Start things on a Monday, but if you know that you're slow to start things, or you need to kind of get yourself into a rhythm, start things now. Start tomorrow, start today, start in the next 1 hour. Plan it and start it. Don't waste too much time planning. Some people spend so much time planning, it takes 20 years to actually start, and they've got this great plan, and then they're like, oh, it's too rigid, I'm not gonna have time to do it now, maybe I'll start next year. And it's like, really? But yeah, I'm sweating now, so I'm gonna shut up and pack it in. But yeah, you guys, hopefully videos actually become a bit more consistent. I know I've taken a long break, but it's because my hard drive died, and I'm in the process of probably buying a new one or trying out memory sticks. Who knows? I'll probably update you guys later on. Something big is in the pipeline, so keep your eyes on the channel. Something big is in the pipeline, so keep your eye on the channel. Yeah, something big is coming. When I say big, do you know what? It depends on your imagination, because I know some of you are going to be imagining that I'm going to be on BBC Iron. I know some of you are going to be imagining that Beyonce comes to my channel. You don't know, you can't judge. But something big is coming. Depends on your definition of big. Whatever, it's your problem. But yeah, something big is coming. Watch this space.